So it's once again time for more hidden video game details that you may have missed. And to be honest, these videos are the most fun I've had on YouTube all year. Here on this channel, I share some of the best Easter eggs and hidden details found in video games, both new and old. And I record everything myself. That's no AI and no stealing content from smaller creators. I actually do the bare minimum for a gaming channel, and that's actually play the games myself, which a surprising amount of gaming YouTubers don't do. As always, if you want to help me in my Easter egg hunting journey, check out GamerSupps using the QR code on screen or the link in the description. If you want my flavour recommendations, I'm really enjoying Pina Colada, Queso's Bombsicle, and Moist Critical's Goof Juice. And because it's that time of year, I'm drinking out of my Christmas-themed laser beam cup. So yeah, I've ditched sugar-filled energy drinks and I'm personally all in on GamerSupps. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. Now, the phrase beer goggles is a term that's used to describe the lowering of one's standards after one too many alcoholic drinks. It basically means that someone who you thought was unattractive before a drink now looks more appealing after a drink. With that in mind, if you go to the bar on the planet Ilium in Mass Effect 2, you'll be served by this alien. And I mean, as far as aliens go, she's not bad. If you still need some convincing, order the mystery drink and speak to her again.
Welcome back, babe. Can I get you anything?
So now the lady alien seems to be wearing makeup, where she wasn't before. Whether the makeup actually makes her more attractive is up to you, but it's a very funny detail. Now, despite classifying themselves as open world games, most open world games usually have strict rules when playing a mission. This is so that the developers can show and tell you what they want you to see and hear. This rule applies to Mafia Definitive Edition, where you're given a waypoint and told to drive, with not much room for improvisation. However, there is one mission that this rule doesn't apply. During Chapter 5, you have to drive a drunk Paulie home, but Paulie has other ideas.
Tom, I want to go with the lady.
I'm not helping you with that today.
Take me to the ladies! Take me to the Blue Tropics.
I don't know, I ought to take you home.
The bridge. Take the bridge over to the island. Take me to the ladies. Take me to those sweet patooties.
So Paulie doesn't want to go home. He wants to be taken to the Sweet Patooties. Now, you may dismiss this as the ramblings of a drunk man and continue on your way to his house. Here's the thing, you can actually ignore the waypoint guiding you to Paulie's home and instead do this.
That's it. That's the place. See? A blue sign.
Thank Christ.
Girls, it's me, Paulie!
Ah, jeez.
So you can actually take Paulie to the Blue Tropics Club, and Paulie is over the moon. To me, this is so cool, because there is no waypoint guiding you to the club. But if you agree with Paulie that he does need some patootie, you can take it upon yourself to make sure the man gets his patootie. Now, in a zombie apocalypse, you're probably not in the mood for fun. I mean, sure, you might crack the odd joke, but you definitely wouldn't test your strength at the fun fair. Well, in Left 4 Dead 2, you can do just that. And it turns out, the survivors are pretty strong. Now, that kind of detail alone is pretty cool. If you try again whilst you're injured, the outcome will be very different.
Little peanut, so weak. Little peanut, so weak. Little peanut, so weak.
So not only is your injured attempt pitiful, but you're mocked by the attraction's mascot, which isn't very nice. Well, if you want to get some revenge on Mustachio the Pistachio, you can juice yourself up with a shot of adrenaline and show the cocky nut who is boss. So, with adrenaline coursing through your veins, you can break the test of strength with one swing. That will teach Mustachio to mock an injured man. Now, a lot of people decide to get tattoos of words that mean something special to them. Usually they opt for it in a foreign language, as that makes the tattoo look all mysterious and cool. Well, what if, instead of a special word that means something to you, it was instead something entirely less cool? In Dead Island 2, you can find a tattoo parlor with loads of different Chinese symbols on the wall. And if we use Google Translate on these symbols, we can see that instead of words of motivation or inspiration, they are instead different types of food that you might find at a Chinese restaurant. So next time someone shows you their cool tattoo, whip out Google Lens just to make sure it says what they think it says. Now, I love random lines of dialogue in games. The only problem is, because they're random, they're really hard to record. One game with loads of funny dialogue is Halo Infinite. Around the map are loads of these banished propaganda outposts, which provide words of encouragement to the banished troops on the Halo ring. Now, this might be a useful tactic to raise troop morale. That is, if these speeches weren't delivered by grunts. Here are just a few of my favourite examples.
It's another beautiful day on set of Halo. Sun's shining, bird things are bird thinging, and the banished are totally, completely, absolutely going to... forget it. Here is a poem for the Master Chief. Your blood is red, your teammates blue, your parents don't remember you. The end. I hate this. We were supposed to win, not you. You always get to win. Remember the first space ring? The Spartan blows it up, you win. Then the big flowery space base? You win. Ancient warrior mummy and the hollowed out planet thing? You win again. So stupid. Attention, human soldiers stationed at base Delta Bravo Turnip Fruit. Your team may have won, but your brother is still dead. I know this because I'm sitting on his legs and they're finally starting to smell good. Look, we all said some stuff we didn't mean. You know, about slaughtering humans and the like, but there's no reason to take it out on every more or less innocent grunt you come across, okay? just remember that. Spartan, don't look now, but 3 cloak deletes are behind you. Have fun dying. Made you look. Hey, while I got your attention, you need a sidekick or something? I'm available.
Speaking of funny dialogue, up next is Mad Max. Now, much like the Halo grunts, the war cries in Mad Max are there to pump up Max's enemies in a fight. Admittedly, they are better at it than the grunts, so it's best to take them out first. Well, if you decide to leave one of the war cries for last, things will get very awkward.
All those things I bawled at you, it was just a spur of the moment thing. Nothing personal. Hey, you need a war crier? I do a real good rallying. Been at it for years. Now it's just you and me. Oh, there's a rule. You don't kill the war crier. Not sure if you're aware.
Now, in the Resident Evil 4 remake, you're grateful for any help that you can get, however unlikely the source might be. The Regenerators are some of the toughest enemies in Resident Evil 4, so running from them may seem like a wise tactic. Well, if you turn tail and run in Chapter 14, Ashley will do what Leon can't. I love this detail because it's just so easy to miss, but for the more conservative player, it's a great way to save ammo. Now, the raiders in Fallout 4 are basically cannon fodder. You kill loads of them in the game, and let's face it, you're not going to lose sleep over it. The thing is, despite being bloodthirsty outlaws, they do have feelings. And I can prove it.
Hate it when they beg. It's just you or me. Nothing personal. God, I hope the next one dies clean.
So there is a very rare chance that you can find a raider burying a raider friend. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still going to kill raiders when I see them, but I'll always remember this tender moment. So The Last of Us is full of heartbreaking moments. I mean, the game's intro is enough to move many to tears. But there are also moments in the game that can be missed that may not be as sad, but are still pretty tragic. In the hotel, you can find this.
Creepy. Guess they took the easy way out, huh?
Well, it ain't easy.
For many, it was better than letting a clicker or a hunter do it for them. Trust me, it ain't easy.
So the sight of two people who took matters into their own hands is already pretty sad, but Joel explaining the desperation it would take to do what the pair did makes it even worse. Like I said, this is very easily missed. Now, My Summer Car doesn't quite have the emotional impact of The Last of Us, but that doesn't mean it's not without its tragic moments. You see, in My Summer Car, you need to make sure that your character is not only fed and watered, but you also need to make sure that they use the toilet when required. The key word here is toilet, because if you wee on the TV, this will happen. So it turns out that peeing directly onto a TV is a bad idea. Don't say I never teach you anything. Now, as someone who loves hidden details in games, I really love idle animations, and Miside might have one of the best that I've ever seen. You see, when you leave your character idle, they're able to pull out a Temu Game Boy which you can actually play. Now, that's already really cool, but Cappy wants to see what you're playing and takes it off you.
Wow! What's that? A console? Let me have a go!
Whoa.
What do you do in this one?
You just collect coins and avoid frogs.
Ugh, sounds beyond boring. Seriously, you call that a game?
So Cappy soon gets bored and throws the console down. Now, you can see where it landed, but you can't pick it up. It's just stuck there. Well, if you wait again, something very strange will happen.
Huh? Where did you get that from? I don't remember you picking it up. Weird, don't you think?
So the knockoff Game Boy will somehow reappear back in your hands, much to Cappy's confusion. I don't know about you, but I think this is brilliant. Now, the more recent Call of Duty campaigns haven't been great. I mean, a couple of them aren't terrible, but I'd argue that there hasn't been a great COD campaign since 2019's Modern Warfare reboot. With that being said, even the worst campaigns have their moments. Take 2022's Modern Warfare 3 for example, which rewarded eagle-eyed players with a sneak peek of a very familiar face. When driving into the stadium during the Flashpoint mission, see if you can notice that face. So, in the back of the ambulance is Vladimir Makarov, Modern Warfare 3's main antagonist. To avoid any doubt, when you do catch up with Makarov, he is found in the back of a crashed ambulance. It's a great example of foreshadowing in a campaign that has very few things that you can call great. So Red Dead Redemption 2 lets you speak to pretty much any NPC that you want. The options for these interactions are of course limited, but what other game lets you interact with almost every NPC? If that wasn't impressive enough, there are a whole different set of interactions when Arthur is drunk. If you greet an NPC a couple of times and then choose to antagonize them, Arthur will be at his savage best.
After you, too.
Don't you just brighten up a girl's day.
I'm just in a friendly mood today for some reason.
How good.
Normally, I'd have called someone like you an idiot by now.
You kiss your mother with that mouth?
Ma'am? I've had better days, that's for sure.
I'm sure it won't last long.
But I look at you and I know things can always be worse. And I'll say hello to you.
Evening.
This is turning into one of them days.
Huh?
So go away. Last thing I need
Gonna
is look.
tear you apart.
Hey, mister.
Evening.
That's a nice horse.
Appreciate it.
Far too nice for the likes of you. Hey there, partner.
Evening to you.
Your face looks familiar.
Oh?
Reminds me of the last time I lifted my horse's tail. Mister?
Evening.
That's a fine horse you got there.
Thanks.
How long you been married?
So despite being the literal name of the game, it's not just zombies that you're up against in Plants vs Zombies. Sometimes you have to take on enemies of the feathery kind too. You see, one of these zombie types in Plants vs Zombies 2 is the Chicken Wrangler, who will summon zombie chickens after taking enough damage. Of course, these chickens don't pose a huge threat and are easily handled by most plants. However, if you kill one of these chickens with the lightning reed, there is a very small chance that this will happen. So there is a really, really low chance that killing a chicken with the lightning reed will turn it into a bucket of fried chicken, which is pretty funny. Now, I love video game crossovers, and I especially love it when a character from one game turns up in an entirely unrelated game. Sometimes these crossovers do actually make sense, like the time that Kratos popped up in Mortal Kombat. Even back then, Kratos was a big deal, so Sony had a couple of rules before letting Kratos loose on the Mortal Kombat roster. Here, take a look at how Freddy Krueger reacts to Ermac's fatality.
Ermac wins.
So Freddy is understandably scared of the giant Ermac. Well, let's see how Kratos reacts.
Ermac wins.
So Kratos doesn't show any fear, and instead stands defiantly against the giant Ermac. Now apparently this was a request made by Sony, who agreed to Kratos being in Mortal Kombat 9, but only on the condition that he couldn't be shown as scared. I mean, lore-wise it makes sense, as Kratos has fought bigger things than Ermac, but it's still a cool detail. Now something that can really hurt a game's replay value is the inability to skip dialogue or cutscenes. I mean, even on a first playthrough it can be annoying, so having to listen to these same conversations and watch the same cutscenes again is enough to put me off a second run. Well, in Trover Saves the Universe, an old man approaches you at the beginning of the game and starts to threaten you with police action. He then goes on and on and on, and in fact he talks so much that Trover pulls out a sword in an attempt to shut him up.
You threaten me, boy? I ain't for you. Come on, let's do it. Well, you should turn on the news. Fuck you, old man. I give you out for this. Please stop. You're gonna feel this.
Well, seeing as you are in control of Trover, you can continue the beating of the old man, until the inevitable happens.
Just stop hitting me. Hey, it's elderly abuse time. You're an idiot. I'm gonna die. Oh man, okay, we're really gonna do this, huh? We're gonna murder. Let's go for it. Shit.
Shit, I'm dead.
Shit, I think we just killed him. We better get out of here. I don't want to get in trouble. Man, that was pretty fucked up. We need to get our story straight. He came at me with a knife, okay? Alright, good.
So you can actually stop hitting the man at any time, but if you do keep going, you can kill the NPC. I mean, I would say I feel bad, but I consider this revenge for all the games that didn't let me skip a cutscene. So despite being a game about doing a whole lot of running and even more gunning, I personally love the stealth sections of the recent Wolfenstein games. It's during one of these sections that you can learn about a particular guard's backstory, which may or may not make you think twice before pulling the trigger. If you wait in a crawl space, you can peek through a vent and find a guard talking about his personal life.
Das wäre mein Ende. Ich werde mein Bestes tun, Herr Oberstgruppenführer. Wir werden uns sofort darum kümmern. Wir tun alles, was in unserer Macht steht, und wenn wir versagen sollten, was wir selbstverständlich nicht werden, übernehme ich persönlich die volle Verantwortung dafür.
So if you waited long enough, you would have learned that the guard's wife is pregnant, and it's twins. Killing the guard means stripping two children of their dad. The only problem is, there is no way to just subdue the guard, meaning that if you waited around long enough to listen to the phone call, all that's changed is that you now know that you've just created two orphans with one bullet, and there's nothing you could have done about it. So that's it. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, it helps more than you might think. If you are a fan of Easter eggs and secrets in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, and if you want subs to game with, scan the QR code on screen now. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.